Welcome to The Explainer. Let's get right to it. Today, we're tackling something highly practical and honestly, a real game changer. We are going to master navigating Arizona's vital records system online. Look, getting official government documents doesn't have to be a massive headache. If you've ever felt your soul literally leave your body while waiting in line at a state office, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Because imagine accessing crucial documents from the comfort of your home swiftly and effortlessly. Let us show you how to do just that for your Arizona birth certificate. That is exactly what we're focusing on today. We're going to break the whole official process down into a simple, step-by-step tutorial that's perfect even if you're a complete beginner. So, no more waiting in those endless county office lines or, stressing over whether you filled out the right paper form.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. First, intro and eligibility requirements. Second, navigating the online portals. Third, step-by-step application process. Fourth, processing times and tracking. Fifth, troubleshooting and resources. And finally, number 6, a recap and final thoughts.
Section 1. Intro and eligibility requirements. Who can request an Arizona birth record?
All right, before we even open up a web browser, you got to know that you can't just request anybody's birth certificate willy-nilly. Arizona's what's called a strictly closed record state. Basically, to protect everyone's personal identity, vital records are kept completely confidential for 75 years from the date of birth. So during that 75-year window, you absolutely must prove who you are and exactly how you're related to the person on the record. It's a vital safeguard to stop identity theft right in its tracks.
So, who actually makes the VIP list of eligible parties? Well, generally speaking, you've got to be at least 18 years old. The list includes the registrant, which is just a fancy way of saying you, requesting your own certificate, as well as the parents named on the certificate itself. It also covers a spouse, an adult child, grandparents, or a legal guardian. There are a few other highly specific legal categories like attorneys representing the family, but those are the main authorized family members for sure.
Now, to prove you're actually one of those authorized folks, the state doesn't just take your word for it. They have really strict ID requirements. You're going to need a valid government-issued photo ID. They'll accept things like a state-issued driver's license, a state picture ID, a valid U.S. passport, or a federal ID. The catch? The ID has to have your signature and a current photo. Oh, and here's a super critical pro tip for you. When you provide a copy of this ID later on, make absolutely sure it is perfectly clear and legible, capturing both the front and the back. Trust me, blurriness will just slow you down. Moving on to Section 2, navigating the online portals, finding the right digital front door.
And this brilliantly illustrates what you need to look out for. Now that you know you're eligible and you have your ID good to go, where do you actually go? You want to look for this exact branding right here, the official Arizona Department of Health Services, or ADHS. The Bureau of Vital Records lives right under their umbrella. Recognizing this official logo is absolutely crucial. It builds trust and ensures you're interacting with legitimate state-recognized resources, rather than, falling for some unauthorized scam site.
Here is the thing, though. ADHS doesn't actually process the digital transactions directly on their own homepage. Instead, they rely on authorized platforms. VitalCheck operates as the sole state-sanctioned digital portal for Arizona Vital Records. But there are also authorized third-party services like Vital Records Online, or VRO. The big takeaway for you here is that both of these types of platforms securely link directly to the state's electronic birth registry system. So they process your request safely and securely.
Section 3. Step-by-step application process. How to complete the online form.
All right, think of me as your personal concierge guiding you through the digital weeds. Here are the exact chronological steps of the transaction. First up, application intake, where you'll punch in names and dates exactly like you would on the official paper form VS-11. Second is LexisNexis identity verification. Third, you've got the physical ID upload if the system needs it. And finally, number 4, payment processing.
Now, what's really interesting about this step is the identity verification part. Instead of making you get physical notarization for every single online order, these portals use some seriously smart tech. They use LexisNexis to electronically cross-reference your credit history, public records, and residential history to generate these dynamic, real-time authentication questions. It's kind of like a quiz about your own life. If you pass and successfully answer these questions, you can often completely bypass the need to upload any physical documents. It is a massive time saver.
So,
The crucial point is the cost. The baseline state fee for an Arizona birth certificate is exactly $20 per certified copy. Boom, that's mandated by the state. Now keep in mind, because you're using authorized online portals to get that sweet digital convenience, those platforms are going to charge additional processing and shipping fees on top of that base $20 state fee. Just something to factor into your budget.
All right, Section 4, Processing Times and Tracking. When will your document arrive?
Once you hit submit and pay your fee, the immediate question is always, okay, when is it getting here? Visually mapping this out really highlights the massive time savings of ordering online. With third-party online vendors, your application is typically reviewed within 24 hours just to catch any silly typos. Then, standard online processing with the state generally takes about 5 to 7 business days. Compare that to the completely outdated method of mailing paper forms to Phoenix, which can literally take a grueling 4 to 12 weeks. Yeah, no thanks. Ordering online is hands down the swiftest route.
And the best part, you won't be left in the dark just crossing your fingers and wondering where your document is. By using these digital portals, you can actually track your order. You just use the vendor's online support portal to monitor every single step of the journey, from application verification to when the state actually dispatches the physical document, all the way through standard mail tracking until it hits your mailbox.
Section 5. Troubleshooting and Resources. Overcoming common hurdles.
Now, even with a highly streamlined system, edge cases absolutely happen. A super common question, and honestly a major roadblock for some beginners, is this. What if I don't have a valid primary ID? Like maybe your driver's license is expired, or you just don't have one of those accepted federal or state photo IDs.
Don't panic, the state actually provides a specific workaround for this: notarization. If you can't cough up a valid government-issued photo ID, you must have your signature on the application notarized by a public notary. That notarization essentially acts as your ironclad proof of identity. And wonderfully, platforms like Vital Records Online actually offer incredibly convenient online notary services directly during the checkout process. It makes clearing this hurdle so much easier.
Okay, here is another frequent snack. What if the credit card I'm using isn't actually in my name? Say a family member is generously helping you pay for the document. Well, this frequently triggers fraud alerts within these highly secure bureaucratic systems.
To prevent fraudulent payment transactions, the system will automatically slam the brakes and pause your order. If the credit card used doesn't belong to the applicant, a clear digital scan or photograph of the actual cardholder's valid ID and their signature must be uploaded to the system. It's just a safety check. Once that gets verified by the vendor, the hold is released and your application gets right back on track.
Let's move to Section 6, Recap and Final Thoughts. Your quick checklist.
We've definitely covered a lot of ground today, so let's distill this whole thing down into a highly actionable, rapid-fire checklist you can use right now. Number 1, ensure you're an eligible family member and 18 years or older. 2, gather your valid government-issued photo ID or get prepared for notarization. 3, only use authorized online portals like VitalCheck or VRO. 4, be prepared to pay that $20 base state fee plus whatever the portal processing fees are. And 5, use those digital tools to track your progress online. Seriously, I highly encourage you to share this explainer with anyone in your life dealing with Arizona state bureaucracy. It really demystifies the whole shebang.
And before we wrap, this explainer is intended for informational purposes only. Always verify with official sources or consult with a qualified professional for the most accurate and updated information. Thank you so much for learning with me today. You are now fully equipped to confidently navigate the Arizona Vital Records system online. So, now that you've mastered this, what bureaucratic mountain are you going to conquer next?